What is the issue with Rob Edwards and Luton Town? Now, since his tenure, we've seen us go from a goal up to either losing or drawing a game. We cannot hold on to a win. We cannot hold on to a draw. There's been many games where we've performed well and lost, which is totally fine. And there's also games where we performed bad, but was 2 goals up, 1 goal up, 3 goals up, and we still lost. And I'll give you the examples. I've got 16 games here that will tell you what Rob Edwards is kind of all about. 2-1 against Sunderland. We were 1-0 up in the 11th minute. We conceded before half time and then we lost the game in the second half. 1-1 against Coventry. We were 1-0 up in the first minute and conceded just before half time. 3-2 against West Brom. We were 2-0 up in 10 minutes. We were 2-1 up by half time and we lost the game 3-2 in the second half. Middlesbrough. We were 1-0 up and we lost the game 2-1 by the 90th minute. QPR this season. We were 1-0 up. We then lost the game 2-1 in the second half. Oxford United at home this season. We were 2-0 up. We conceded just before half time and we drew the game in the second half. Coventry City away from home. We were 2-0 up and in the second half we lost 3-2. Norwich City away from home this season. 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. In the 80th minute we lost the game 3-2 and then 4-2. Our latest game, we were 1-0 up in the 17th minute and we conceded in the 64th minute. Now let's go for some Premiership results. Like last season, let's go for some Premiership results. We were 4-2 up against Newcastle in the 62nd minute and we drew the game 4-4. I mean, this game was a madness anyway, but at the same time, it just kind of shows you that we can't hold on to a lead. 1-0 up against Spurs in the first 3 minutes. We lost the game 2-1 in the second half. 3-0 up against Bournemouth and we lost the game 4-3 in the second half. 1-0 up against West Ham, and this game was one of the games that probably would have kept us up. Maybe it would have piled the pressure on Nottingham Forest. 1-0 up in the 6th minute. We lost 3-1 after half time. Liverpool away from home. We were 1-0 up in the 12th minute, and in the second half we capitulated and lost 4-1. Manchester City at home. We were 1-0 up just before half time and we lost the game 2-1 in the second half. Liverpool. We were 1-0 up in the 80th minute and we managed to concede in the 95th minute to one of the worst pieces of defending I think I've ever seen in my life. Now there's many more games that I can talk about. There's loads more games that I can talk about. Like we can talk about Arsenal. We can talk about like Reading, for example. I mean, we can talk about all these type of things. But his issue is his substitutions, because I don't know how he doesn't see when the tide of the tidal shift of the game changes. Why can't you see it? Why can't you see the shift? A team would put on 4 substitutions. We would put on 1, and that 1 sub will be after we've conceded the 2 goals, and the sub will usually be Cauley Woodrow when it's just too late. When the tide is shifting, make a change. As you can see in all of those results, near enough all of those results, we scored in the first half. We kept a clean sheet in the first half. In the second half, the other team scored either 2 unanswered goals, 1 answered goal, or 3 unanswered goals. Or in Bournemouth's case, 4 unanswered goals. It's not good enough, to be fair to you. It's actually not good enough. And I hope I put this into perspective. I'm sorry that this is such a long video, but I'm sorry, I have to put this into perspective for you to know what is actually going on with Rob Edwards and why loads of Luton fans are just tired of it, to be honest.